Well, hello, everybody. What is going on, y'all? I'm so excited about today. I just wanted to jump in and jump on real quick. And today's topic, okay, so I'm doing something new. I normally don't do this, but hey, everybody over at Instagram, I normally don't go live on Instagram, and that's something that I probably should be doing because, yeah, just because. Um, just because. So it's like we're gonna give some time for my usually, like I said, I don't normally go live on Instagram, but those that are joining me here on Facebook, on YouTube, y'all know I'm live with y'all all the time. So for those of you that don't know who I am Deborah Franklin. I'm an author, speaker, but most of all, I am the founder of Church Girl CEO. Church Girl CEO was created to give a safe place to um women in ministry, and now men in ministry have joined in too, as a safe place to learn biblical principles for their business. Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about today is don't judge the book by the cover. So many times, as budding entrepreneurs, we want to be in the room. We want to be in the place because we're trying to gain that visibility. We're trying to show people that we got it, that we can do this, we can do that. But in all actuality, you don't know who you're in the room with. Just because they got the designer bag, the designer shoes, the designer clothes, doesn't necessarily mean that they have the connect that you need. So we can't always go by that because sometimes it's that person that's sitting quiet in the corner that's just observing everything is actually the person that you really need to connect with. Prime example is so funny because I always tell everybody that when I have an event that or I'm doing something, I'm the connector. Usually I have friends. I always tell everybody, I don't know nobody, but all my friends know everybody. So so it's like you need to show up and it's like don't take small beginnings for granted. And looking at numbers, a lot of times we'll say, well, it's not going to be 150, 200, 1,000 people there. Okay, so if all those people are there, how are you really going to narrow that down to who you really need to connect with? Guys, the blessing isn't always in the number. The best blessing is who is in the number. And so I was talking to some people about a couple events that they had attended, and it really looked like the people that were there were not, yeah, they did. And come to find out, they were connected to everybody. They had came as a favor for somebody else, and they were just connected to everybody. And so that's what you have to realize is that you cannot judge the book by its cover. A lot of times, we're talking about gaining visibility. So when you're looking to gain visibility, visibility can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. Whether it's writing your book and you have a book to go out with you when you go out to speak, whether it's your press kit, whether it's you doing articles, showing up in magazines, doing newspaper. Yeah, there are some people that still do printed newspaper, printed magazines. Uh, but you know what? You said that right. Who is supposed to be there will be there. Don't worry about the numbers. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But we get caught up in the numbers, Bobby. You know what I'm talking about. You know how we start thinking that, oh, it's not enough people in the room. Oh, it's not, I'm not in the right place. It's only 10 people here. It's only 20 people here. And it's like you just don't know who is in that number. And so when we're talking about visibility, you cannot downgrade anybody that you think, oh, they don't have 1,000 viewers, or they don't have this, and they don't. Let me tell y'all something about numbers. They lie. Them numbers lie. A lot of times people say they have this many following, and actually they paid for them. I'm just giving you an FYI. Some of these people that say that they got 10, 20K, now I'm not going to say some of it is not organic. I'm not going to say some of them are not true, but be careful and don't get caught up in the analytics of what you see, those numbers, because those numbers might not be right. So when you're looking to get visibility, start absolutely paid for. Start looking at things. Even okay, so there are some things that you can get for free. Like you could get magazine covers or get feature articles, but you got to do the work. Don't think that they're going to just come to you, because if you're just starting out, who knows you? So yeah, I said it. If you are just starting out, am I guilty of this? Absolutely. I'm speaking from experience, honey. I'm having transparent moments with you. Is that we cannot get stuck in Oh, they should know who I am. I'm all this in a bag of chips, and they should know me. When I walk in the room, they should be saying my name, bowing down to me. Child, they don't know who you are. And because of that, then you need to start working on actively putting yourself out there, showing up into groups, showing up into different things, showing up so you can start people can start recognizing your voice, going live. Now, one thing that I have found, and okay, so I'm gonna do a guilty plug for the Church Girl CEO magazine, is that you can get featured in the magazine. And sometimes your features, now let's go paid versus free. Y'all do them all. If it's free, jump on it. If it's paid, jump on it. But then set yourself a budget. Like to get some features, I mean, you're just starting out. So if you're gonna pay to be featured in something, then set a budget. If you say that you're not gonna pay more than $150 to get a feature story done about yourself, then don't pay more than that. If you want to cover, set in your mind what you want, especially if they're smaller publications. If you're trying to get in some of the international and national publications, that's something totally different, and that's still some pay to play as well. But you got to have some substance. You have to have some type of following. But if you could get into like your local newspapers, your local radio, your local podcasters, that's going to give you some visibility and open up an audience for you that you never thought about. Online magazines, more and more people are going out into the independent magazines. Like, okay, again, guilty plug, Church Girl CEO, that you could do a cover story in there. You could have a feature article in there. Are we brand new? Absolutely. But do we have readers? Yes, yes, and yes. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad I'm giving some good advice. But you have got to want to get out there, and don't take it for granted. Oh, and don't take it for granted that it's just going to happen. Just because you know somebody that's quote unquote famous, or that you know somebody that has great visibility, doesn't mean that you're going to have that same visibility, because you have got to find your audience. You have got to find your voice, because it is your voice that, okay, let me bag this all up. You are the shepherd, and your sheep know your voice. And in order for your sheep to come to you, they got to hear your voice. You have got to get on and speak. Whether even if you're doing a live and you got nobody watching you live, think about how many people could be watching that replay. And those numbers on those replays don't always match either, because I've had people that have told me that they have watched me for over a year, couple of years, and then they saw me in different groups. And so now they're in Church Girl CEO and are active participants. People are watching you regardless, whether you think they are or not. And okay, so prime example, this shirt, you need to start thinking that you are perfectly imperfect, meaning what you put out there doesn't always have to be perfect. Let me tell y'all something. I got so excited. And this is why I hate posting from my phone. Baby, I can jack up several sentences, and I'm a writing teacher. I will jack it up, but guess what they got? They got the edit button. Y'all, you can go back and edit, but you still got that post out. Know that you're going to be perfectly imperfect, and don't think that it always has to be perfect when it goes out, but you need to strive for that. You need to strive to make sure that you have complete sentences, that you are doing certain things, especially if you're saying you're a writing coach, especially if you're saying that you are an author, a speaker. You want people to see you put your best foot forward. Now, granted, are you going to have some mistakes and some hiccups? Absolutely. But you can always go back and edit, especially when you're looking at Facebook, and at LinkedIn. Oh my God, you can go back and edit. Some places you cannot, because it is what it is. But you have got to just do it. And let's go back to what we started with. Don't judge the book by the cover. Don't judge that publication just because it's small, that it cannot give you the visibility that you are looking for. Because that could be, because guess what? You only need one person. I'm just being honest. You only need one. Heaven forbid you get two to see you and help you go to that next level. Your connection could be in the audience that you think is too small. Your connection could be with the person that you think is too bland or too blah. Because guess what? Those are the ones that are in the big rooms. And sometimes the ones in the big rooms don't look like they're in the big room. Let me just be honest with you. I've met some people and I was like, oh, really? And then I was like, well, thank you, Jesus. I didn't even know who I was talking to. I'll never forget. And I was doing my internship in college. Y'all, I don't know nothing about no golf. We doing a golf tournament in Chicago. What was I in Detroit? Detroit, Chicago, somewhere. I did my intern. I'm sitting on the bus, y'all, just kikiing and kakai. So I've been the same way. I've always been that person to just talk to anybody. I didn't know who they had me sitting next to. I didn't, y'all. I was sitting next to the vice president of the bank that was financing the event. Y'all, we over there kikiing and cackling and cackling and just having a great time. And I just went on by my business. She went on by hers, and life was good. When I tell you my boss went off on me, do you know who you was talking to? Did you? And then I was like, no, we were just having a good time. We was talking. But because I was my authentic self, I got into the room with somebody that could help me go to the next level. But when other people don't understand your authenticity, don't let that bring you down either. That's why I said that. Show up as you in those rooms. Show up as you in those articles. Don't put on airs. Don't put on that fake and phony. Be you. If you not wearing if you not wearing red bottoms, don't fake it. What's up, Pixie? Hey, girl. Hey. Don't sit up and fake the fraud. Show up as you and be the authentic you because you don't want them to judge you improperly as well. Show up as who you are. And again, you never know who's in the room or who's reading that publication. You have to just take the chance and get your feature done. Because again, now when you start, and then now, let me just go ahead and let me give you this one for free. If you show up in all these other different publications, now you have print that you have been in different articles, and guess what? People pick you up by how much visibility you have. If you could show them that you had an article in this magazine, an article in this online newspaper, article on this, and you were featured on this podcast, and you have all these receipts, guess what? The bigger publications pick you up even faster because you're tried and true. They know that you're not somebody they're going to have to train to get on there. So I'm giving you this information, y'all. But if you really want to know how to get more and do more in the area of visibility, come and join the Church Girl CEO Visibility Bootcamp. We're going to be talking about more of this as during the boot camp on how to gain your visibility. We're going to talk about to beta or not to beta. So many times people say, well, you need to do a beta group, but do you really? So we're going to be talking about to beta or not to beta. The Price is Right. Visibility without breaking the bank. Now that right there is major because so many times it goes back to your paid versus free. And we're going to be talking about how to get magazine features. So if you want to get more information on how to be a part of the Visibility Bootcamp, that will be free. I said free. Now y'all know this Church Girl CEO. Y'all know I don't normally do stuff for free. So you'll get a whole 5 days. We're going to start Monday, May 30th. Yes, I am aware that it's Memorial Day. And yes, but we are starting at 8 p.m. sharp, 8 p.m. Eastern. So at 8 p.m., you're going to be at home. Join us. We're going to have fun. And when I tell you, you will be working and you will be executing. Say what? Say what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And yes, ma'am. We will be starting. And girl, that's a holiday. Absolutely. And it's not the first time, but think about it. Pixie, you've been with me for a minute. This is not the first time we started something on a holiday. The 21-day prayer challenge started on a holiday. The Habakkuk 2 and 2 challenge started on a holiday. So it's just something about me and holidays, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't intentional, but I didn't even realize it was a holiday. I was like, y'all, let's move it because we had some conflicting times. But after you have ate your barbecue, ate your hot dog, played your games, get ready to join the Church Girl CEO Visibility Bootcamp. That what she say? Yeah, I don't know why you don't like to rest. Because I got to get it in. I got to get it in because if we get it in, I'm going that way I can rest later because right now, y'all, I got a vision. I got to get there. And I want to help you guys get the visibility that you need. I have goals that I have set for myself, and we will definitely be talking about that in the visibility boot camp. Y'all, we also, oh yeah, there's another thing that I'm just gonna throw in for free that we're gonna talk about scheduling. Scheduling what you do because how to do that and how to map things out. My biggest thing when we're talking about all of these things, beta or not to beta, to get free or not free, y'all, you got to start planning with the end in mind. Now, the reason why that I had to do this week, and I'm sharing this why the scheduling is important, is that I had to plan with the end in mind because if I did it any later, and I know that I have to do follow up from the boot camp, and I haven't probably with y'all know me. I'll probably throw in some bonus days, but I'm leaving on missions on June 25th. So there's like a whole week before missions that y'all probably won't see me. Y'all gonna be like, what? What is beta? All right. So if you don't know what beta means, you need to join the visibility boot camp. And we will talk about what beta is. But beta is like, okay, so I'm just joking. I'll give you that one as two. What beta means is that a lot of times you will see people running like free workshops, trying out or come join me so I can show you how to work in a program for free. Now the boot camp is not that. This is not a beta group for the boot camp. We've done it several times. But a lot of times that's where they're going to try out an idea on a group of people at a discounted rate or even for free. Um Yes, ma'am. Um, and so when you're talking about beta, a lot of times people always ask, do I beta or do I not beta? Have I done betas? Absolutely, because that's how I started my publishing company. I did a beta group. Did I charge them full price? No, I did not, because I didn't know what the ham sandwich I was doing. Now, did I learn a lot from that process? Yeah, because what I learned is that I undercharged way too low. It was too low for that book collaboration, but I gained more in knowledge than finances, and that's cool. But that's another thing when you're thinking about your beta, is planning with the end in mind. So if you're planning with the end in mind, then you were like, okay, look, I'm gonna do this beta, this group is gonna be this group. And I have a coach that, baby, after each group the price go up, after each group the price go up, and that price is jumping like $200 every time. So I was like, okay, I see what you're doing, love it. But and it's not about the money, but it's just giving you an idea of what the purpose of that beta is usually used to try a new process, try something new that you want to get immediate feedback on, as well as another thing is getting testimonials. So my first beta served several things. I got my first set of testimonials. I was able to get repeat customers. I also was able to learn how to put certain systems and processes in place. And so that's what you're looking at during your beta. So we're going to talk about that even more during the visibility bootcamp, because you might think that that doesn't have anything to do with your visibility, but it does, because again, it helps you build that impact that you're going to have with the people. So if you are interested, which I know you are, in joining in our free boot camp, then the join link should be in the information section. Let me see if I can put it in the chat. Yep, I can. I've also put it in your chat. So it's in the chat. Go ahead, click again. That is free. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern time, starting May 30th to June 3rd. And we will be here with you, y'all, live. And when I tell you, when you work in any of my boot camps, any of my programs, we will be ready to put the plan in place and also execute. So these are real working sessions. I said that, real working sessions. Real working sessions. So you will be getting that information live, and we will be working and developing, and most of all, executing, because I don't believe in giving you something and then you're not able to execute it so you can get real critiques at that time. Real time information. Your homework will be due the next day. Yeah. Oh, did I forget to mention that? Yeah, you're gonna have homework. We'll be doing stuff in session, as well as you'll probably have to complete it in homework. We'll be talking about different software that you can use. And then mostly getting things in place so you don't break the bank. Now, you might say, well, I can pay somebody to do that. Absolutely, you can, because I do. But you also need to know what it is and what it looks like in order for you to know what you're paying for and you're not getting overcharged, or you know specifically, and then you know some of the buzzwords. But we'll go over all of that during the boot camp. But guys, I love you to life, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great one. Y'all, I did it. I was live on in 2 places today. So I will definitely talk to you guys later. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and have a great one. If you have not, I love you too, girl. Miss you. Um, Peace out. Yes, ma'am. All right, guys. I love you to life. It ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great rest of your day. And make sure that you do subscribe to our YouTube channels, whether it's either the Church Girl CEO, which is mainly where all the training is getting ready to go, and to our conversation. But mainly go check out my Church Girl CEO at Deborah Franklin Publishing YouTube channels, where you'll get tips and tricks on a whole lot of things. All right, guys. I love you to life. It ain't nothing you can do about it. Peace.